Hi there, it's Wednesday, and I'm Michelle, and I'm going to talk about a movie that I watched that I really had high hopes for, and it turned out to be really bad, and that's Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. It came out in 1986, and I don't know how far that was from the other Poltergeist movie, but you know how it is, like, if you have a real big hit movie, it's like, quick, let's make a sequel. Paranormal Activity did the same thing, although I hear that they're good. I actually like the second one better than the first one on that, but the reason I wanted to review this movie is because I've been spending time today looking at this video on YouTube. It's called Strange Sounds in Calgary, Alberta, or something like that, and it's like all these weird noises in the air, and so it just put me in a kind of spooky mood. So anyway, I'll link you to that video, and then you could tell me what you think, if you think they're hoaxes or if it's a really good promotion for another movie or actual aliens landing or the end of the world or Mayans coming out of the dirt. I don't know. Poltergeist 2 basically follows the same exact family from before, and if you haven't seen the first one, where have you been? Get on the boat of ghost movies. Anyway, so the Carol Ann girl is still there, and she's still got her amazing coolness that makes all the ghosts want to abduct her. I don't understand. I don't know why she's so amazing, but they like her and they always want Carol Ann. They went to another house and they meet this spooky guy at she's at an outdoor mall or something, and Carol Ann's being a little bitch, and she just is, she's just not keeping up with mom, and she gets lost, and this crazy ghost guy he's like walking through people, and he comes up to Carol Ann and he's like, "Hi, little girl," and he's talking through his teeth too. It's really weird and gross. What's your, and then she's like, kind of like, I don't know if I should talk to you. And okay, let's be honest, you were just in like a second realm in the first movie, and you're not like screaming for help because another ghost is coming up to you. Girl is whack. So he's like, "I'll just sing to you until you find your parents come," or something, or he just wants to sing to her. So he's like, "Glaggy gleeggy glaggy gleeggy," and he's singing this really terrible song that makes no sense. He's wearing this black from hand. He looks like he's from, I don't even know, like it made no sense. And he's holding, I can't remember, I think he was holding both her hands or something, like going like this while he's saying to her. So the mom's like, "Oh, that little piece of shit, she's gone, she's missing." Finally, after she's been shopping at, whatever, those places that you moms shop at. Oh, Talbot's or something. And she's like, "Oh, my baby's gone. Again." And even though she was abducted into this crazy ghost world, I'm still not doing a great job keeping my eye on her. I would have her, I don't care, I don't approve them, but Carol Ann would be on a baby leash if she were my child. So she goes and she finds a girl, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, mister, for singing a creepy song to my baby until I could find her." And then he's like, "Yes, and the next part, you could just fast forward to the part where that little tiny lady who was like, "This house is clean," in the first first movie, she's like, "You guys are still haunted, I forgot to tell you." And she's like, "So I'm gonna send this Native American guy to like help you out." And everybody's like, "Well, are you real?" And then the dad's all like, "We're pissed off, we don't know what to do with all this stuff." And there's a part where Carol Ann's grandma dies, and she keeps calling her on the phone, the plastic phone, and then somehow it turns out to be the bad ghost calling on the phone. I don't know. The sing-song guy. So, okay, so the mom had met the guy before. The Native American now is like living with them to protect. And there's like a funny, I know it wasn't supposed to be funny, but it made me laugh so hard, where he's like out, the reason it convinced the dad finally that it was, he's like legit medicine man, was he was sitting outside going like this, and all these like little tiny butterflies were flying around him. Obviously, if you're magical, you've got butterflies. So then the next part is, so this creepy man's walking down the street. And as soon as he starts, like, coming up to the house, Caroline's, like, hanging out in the yard, you know. Again, doing her own thing in the front yard so she could be abducted. And the guy comes by, and he's like, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, singing his weird song. It just instantly starts raining. Caroline's just sitting in the rain staring at him. Mom's like, come on, come inside. What are you doing? You're in the rain. And then she sees a creepy guy, and he just starts to walk up the drive in his really weird, slow walk. And the mom, okay, wouldn't you remember someone that is wearing the exact same clothing and is super creepy? He appears again, and he's like, hello, you are blah blah blah, you shouldn't this and that. You shouldn't have the medicine man in there. And it turns out that, what do you know, it's a bad ghost guy. So, this movie, I tell you, it's just like, it was repetitive. I think I fell asleep during it and I had to like rewind part of it. Remember rewinding? Oh, the 80s. So, and the 90s. No, it was the 80s because we didn't VHS stuff. Anyway, so long story short, this movie is really bad. If you want to watch a bad, scary movie that's not going to really scare you, even though there's a floating chainsaw in the... You would think that would scare you, but they're just sitting in their car watching it. It's okay. It was nominated for Best Effects and Visual Effects for an Oscar. And it won a BMI Film Music Award. Blech. So maybe the music's really good. Anyway, it was also nominated for a Razzie Award. So, for the worst supporting actress, Zelda Rubinstein. That is bullshit. Zelda's the best.